Hello, lovely people. Welcome to Philanthropic February, day 5. I'm Nicola. This is Stitches and Slapdashery. And I just spent an awful lot of time cutting out vinyl. Whew. Decided that this is going to be the day of the vinyl totes. Considering it's almost supper time and I still haven't had my daily walk, I will definitely not be getting all of these sewn today. So this is going to be a multi-day thing because I think I've cut out enough for 7 large totes out of my vinyl remnant stash. I was at work today and I gave out quite a few little crocheted hearts to little people who came through with their parents, which was fun. They were all very appreciative. The turtle bracelets. I'm wearing my turtle bracelet today. The spare one that I plan to give away. On the first day I wore this at work, nobody commented on it, and so it stayed in my pocket. But then when I put the photos up on social media, one of my friends said, I'm interested. So it's for her. It's going to her. That's fine. That was the plan, to give it away to somebody. And I'll be seeing her on Monday, so that's perfect timing. Kind of like to do more beading, because it would be a small, almost instant gratification kind of thing compared to this tote project, which I have just launched upon. So I'll just give you a quick flash of the vinyls. They were all piled up in my closet area up here, and I hadn't even got them out for so long. I've forgotten what I had, but some of the pieces weren't quite big enough on their own, but I'm going to do some piecing. Now, these webbing lengths here were given to me by a friend, and I'm hoping to get away with using just these webbings for these totes. I'm not sure how much I've got of each one. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough, but hoping it is. And I have, let me see, I'm going to turn this over because, I just noticed something. This one's got writing on the back, and I wasn't going to line them. What am I going to do with that? I'll have to think about that. Maybe I can put a patch on it or something. Oh, wait a second. If I put it on the top edge, I think the top hem will cover it up. Okay, so the first one is a dark blue, navy blue, quite drapey, feels nice, got a fuzzy background, which also feels nice. So that was the first one I cut. And then the second one is this one. It's hard to tell what the colour is. It's maybe like a blue-grey. Again, not too thick. Fuzzy background, which I do like. Quite drapey, and I think that one will work well. I've already loaded my sewing machine up with a sharp needle. It's a Class A Sharps, size 80-10. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm hoping that's going to do the job. Just using regular Gutermann sewing thread. This one, I'm pretty sure last year when I made this same organisation some tote bags, pretty sure I used this blue one before, and I've just noticed this one also has a bit of writing on it in a couple of places. So what I'll have to do, that one's got a bit of a, that looks, I think I drew on that in Sharpie to cut something out. So I will just have to make sure to position the pieces so that the top hem covers it up. This one, this is another, the same blue one. Again, I'm going to make 2 like that because I had a lot of it. Then the big pieces ran out and I was stuck with small pieces. So I cut 4 11-inch squares. So all of those are about 20 inches square. There was one where I had to make it 19.5 by 20. Didn't have quite enough. But then it got to the patchwork. So I put these two together, a tan and a blue, and I've cut 11-inch squares so that I can do 4 squares for each side of the tote bag. And what I will do once I've sewn the seams is I'll trim it to its 20-inch size. So that's that one. Then they're getting a little wackier as I'm going here. The next one after that is going to have a 2-tone side with these 2 neutrals side by side, or one on top of the other, I should say. So this one is sort of beige, and this one is maybe a taupe. So those are going to be side by side. But I just noticed that, yeah, they're a little bit different weight, and this one has a fuzzier backing than this one, but I think it'll be okay. They're quite drapey. And then the other side of that bag is going to be this taupe again, but with blue along the bottom. So maybe kind of scrappy, but not too scrappy. And they're neutrals, so it should be fine. I'll sew my seams and then I'll trim it down. I allowed myself plenty. And then the last bag is going to be navy and burgundy. And I've cut these pieces the full width of the fabric, and I'm going to just put them one on top of the other. I don't know whether to do it with burgundy above and blue below on one side and switch it on the other side, or just do them both the same. That has yet to be decided. So that's a lot of sewing. A lot of sewing. So I'm going to be getting back upstairs to the kitchen in about half an hour. And even though I'm feeling a little brain dead right now, I think I'm going to start sewing. It's just straight line sewing. How hard can it be, right? I'm really pleased with my progress on these tote bags tonight. I'll show you them all in a minute, but I'm just on my last one, and I thought I'd show you doing these slightly different from the ones I made the other day. What am I saying? Need some water. Super dry. The ones I made the other day, I had sewn the seam around on the 3 sides, and then I did my 3-inch square measuring from the seam line, and then drew it, sewed it. And in the case of the first one, I didn't even cut it. I just left the points in there. It was a really badly fraying fabric, and I just didn't want to do any more cutting than I had to. With this vinyl, I'm doing it slightly different. This is a little bit creased, this one. I did try and iron it from the back to smooth it out, but it's not very good. With the vinyl, I'm doing it differently in that I am drawing the 3-inch square from the cut edge before I sew anything. Just doing it with a regular ballpoint pen. And then I'm cutting them out. And then I'm sewing the seams. And it's working really well. This number here will be covered when I do the top hem, so that's all right. I've actually got a rather nice little collection of little squares, and I'm sure that Christine of Christine's Home Affairs has done a project which uses these teeny tiny little scraps that she's cut out from the corners of her bags. I'll have to go back and look, see if I can find the video. So I've been sewing, as I think I mentioned, that I'm using a sharps needle size 80. Yeah, I have this Class A set from Fabricland, and it has 60, 70, 80 in it. And the needle has been beautiful. It's been gliding through the vinyl so well. The only time I had a teeny tiny problem was when I was piecing that one with the 4 squares, which I had to join together to make one side of the bag, and I was top stitching. And of course, when you're top stitching, you want it to look perfect, right? Not so much. I noticed the needle wasn't catching the thread and forming the stitch properly right in the middle of the front of the bag, and I had to go over it a second time. But it looks all right now. So I'm going to get these bags to the point where they're all sewn with the side seams, bottom seams, and boxy bottoms done. I'm going to leave the turning over of the top hem and adding the webbing for tomorrow. I am working 9 to 5 tomorrow, so I'm going to be pretty whacked by the evening, but I'll see if I can get some more of this done tomorrow, or I might come up with something a little bit more, I don't know, relaxing maybe to do tomorrow evening and then finish these on Saturday. I've actually booked myself some time off in April. The regular cashier will be back in April, beginning of April. So I'm going to treat myself to a week off. These vinyls can be a little slippery when you've got them right sides together, so you have to show them who's boss. My side seams are done, my bottom seams are done. Seam is done. And I'm just going to box these, and this is the last 2 little seams I'm going to do tonight. Where did my clips go? When I'm sewing across here, I'm just going back and forth on that an extra time so that it reinforces where the seams are. I really like this vinyl, which has got the fluffy backing. It's so nice. I think instead of buying myself a ball of yarn this week, I haven't bought myself yarn for a really long time actually, but I am due to invest in something for my fitness credit. My bribe myself with something from Michael's credit for doing my workouts. I think I'm going to buy some new scissors, because these ones are done. Maybe some Fiskars ones. I do like Fiskars. Someone at the shop was buying purple ones today, and I've never seen Fiskars that are anything but orange. They've always been orange. So I rather liked the purple ones. So if they've got some nice little sharp snippies that I can get in purple, I think that might be the reward of the week. Okay, now I'm just going to show you each of them sewn up. I haven't looked at them the right side out myself yet, so this is going to be quite exciting. Yeah, pretty well matched up at the bottom there. Ooh, nice. All right, there's the navy blue one. I think I'm going to give the navy blue one orange handles. I'm glad I did the trickier ones first, because then it felt like running downhill after that. It's a nice size for a tote. It holds a lot. I'm using one of my ones that I made for myself every day now. I have a handbag inside the tote because I like to throw other things in the bag around the handbag, like my lunch, for example, and things like that. That one's pretty nice too. That one might get orange handles as well. This one has got a bit of printing on. Not much I can do about that, but this one will be covered up at least. This turquoisey vinyl's quite a bit stiffer than the others. Which is good for it to stand up on its own when you put it down. But not easy to turn out. Good grief. I do like that colour though. As you know, if you've been following along for any length of time, turquoise is my favourite colour. This one's identical to that last one, so I'll probably cut this out so that you don't have to watch me struggle. And we'll jump to the next one. Whew, this is a workout. There's the second one in the turquoise. Now, these are the ones I am rather interested in because they're a little bit unusual in that I had to piece them. This is lovely, soft, flexible vinyl. Oh, feels like butter. So I ended up making the back and the front of this identical, with the blue on the bottom and the burgundy on the top. And I did some rather lovely burgundy top stitching after I had seamed that, because it saves it bouncing around in there and looking rubbish. So it flattens it out really nicely. Let's see if I match this up all right. Ooh, oh, I did. Okay, I'm happy with that. I am very happy with that. So there we are, burgundy and blue. Lovely. And then there's this one. This is probably the weirdest, scrappiest one of the lot. This one's got a nice feel to it as well. It's not too rigid. Nicely matched on there. Deliberately made sure it wasn't meeting up at the sides, so we didn't have to worry about that matching up. Oh yes, that looks good. So this one has navy blue base and the taupe at the top. And this one has this taupe form of like tan or beige, whatever you call it, at the bottom, and then the darker one at the top. I think it's quite smart, even though it's 3 different fabrics. I like it. Of course, I'm one for bright colours, but you know, someone will love it. And this is the one that I thought might give me the most hell because of this 4-patch design where all of this is meeting here in a big chunk of seam allowances, but it was easier than I thought. Sure, I keep hitting the mic. Hopefully I'm not deafening you. Let's check the junctions. All looking pretty good. Sides looking good. Sides looking good. So with this one, when I sewed the 2 pairs, I top stitched, and then when I sewed along the vertical, I top stitched here. So it's this one here that caused me a bit of grief on one of the sides. This one looks all right. Maybe it's the other side. Yeah, I think it was that side. It was just a little bit hard for the foot to get over the hump and for the needle to do it neatly, but it looks fine. That one I do like. I do. So that's all of them done for the night. So they're going to get put aside till tomorrow or Saturday. So that's it for today. I think I need to stop talking, drink more water, and go and get some editing done before I fall asleep. I hope you've had a wonderful day and that good things are happening to you, and that, yeah, things are going well. So I'll see you again tomorrow. Same place, same bat channel. Bye for now.